All right, we're here with Pointers head coach Wil Nichol as we are ready to get the 2010-2011 season underway. I'm Tom Weaver, my partner Shaun McMahon. We are excited to be back for another season of Pointer hockey.
Gentlemen,
Coach, how are you?
Good.
Are you ready to go?
Excited.
We were talking, we don't normally do preview universe before things actually start, but you guys finally get things going, and Saturday the 23rd, puck drops on another season. Let's talk a little bit about getting things ready to go. How do you feel? You've got to be excited to get out there, get on the ice, and get things going.
Yeah, we're excited. I mean, it's tough to get a total pulse on the boys because I can't get them until Friday, 2 days from today. But just seeing them walking around campus and things like that, they seem awfully excited, and they look like they're in good shape. But yeah, we'll see on Friday when we get on the ice.
Tell me if you can, your kind of assessment of where you're at. 2 years under, and I think. A lot of us that have been around the program are excited about how things have gone. And what do you think, where you're at now, and what does it take to keep things moving up the ladder?
Well, the important thing is I think we've made a step each year. Last year, obviously, the big step was winning a playoff game, and then the playoff series at Stout, which was a huge, huge thorn in our side, at least in my time here, and then probably the last 4 or 5 years in this program's history. So to be able to do that was awesome. It was just an incredible high. But then obviously St. Norbert's took care of business against us in the semifinals, and then they went on to the national championship game. So the good news is they're right here in our conference. If they are the rabbits, so to speak, we know now here's the gap we have to close on them and to close on St. Scholastica, teams like that in the West. So I'm happy with where we're going. I think we're going the right way. We're going up. But I'm not the most patient person, so I wish it was going at a little bit quicker rate.
Talk about, if you can, your roster here. You've got some new faces you brought in. You've got some guys coming back that are going to have to play some roles for you that they've done in the past, some guys in some new roles. And give us, I guess, a thumbnail sketch on the 2010-2011 Pointers.
Well, I'll start in the net, because I think that's the most important spot. So you got Nick Graves, who won the starting job last year as a freshman. It was just awesome down the stretch, and we've got Randy Wolcott, who transferred in from UMass out of Hockey East and got redshirted last year, so he'll be a freshman for us, which is nice because they're not in the same class. So Nick will be a sophomore and Randy will be a freshman, and Randy is very highly touted, and it's going to be competition right from day one with those two. I think we will have as good of a tandem back there as anybody when they're on their game. And then defensively, we didn't lose a whole heck of a lot. We've got basically our D-core back for the most part, and knock on wood, we're a healthy team right now and a year older, so hopefully the back end and some things that we've tweaked a little bit will help us become even better defensively. And up front, at least on paper, we're the deepest we've ever been. There's no question in my 4 years here. It's hard for us on paper to see who our fourth line is going to be. I don't know if we're going to have a true quote-unquote fourth line. I think we're going to have a lot of our horses separated on different lines, and I think that could make us potentially a difficult team to play against.
I think that's going to make practice awfully interesting.
It will,
because you're going to have guys trying to get set for every weekend.
It will. It's going to competition breeds success, and the good news is I think we have a group of guys who like competition, who thrive under competition, and hopefully that will carry into Friday and Saturday night.
Talk about your recruiting class. I know you talked about your goaltender you brought in, but a couple of other guys that have some Division I experience, melded with some kids from the junior ranks that are going to come in and bolster your lineup.
Yeah, we got Jake Scott, who transferred in from Nebraska Omaha. It could be a pure goal scorer for us. We'll see, but he was in juniors. He scored 48 goals in 2 years in the USHL. Was a USHL All-Star. We got Mike Philippi, who's transferred in but will not be able to play this year. He's going to sit this year out, but he's going to be a force on the back end. He transferred in from Nebraska Omaha. We've got Kyle Politz, who's going to be what I think a fun player to watch, very much like a Johnny Mio, maybe even faster. His speed will remind people of Russ Law, Matt Stendel, and he can put the puck in the net. You got Danny Warden on the back end, who's 2 weeks in a row as the USHL Defensive Player of the Week. He played 3 years for Sioux City. So you got a nice mix there. You got some local kids. You got Kyle Heck, who played 3 years of juniors and scored 33 goals last year in Dryden, Ontario. You got Tyler Krieger, who couldn't play last year because of an injury. I'm not sure how he's going to how he's going to come in and play right away because he's been out for a bit. But I think long term he's going to be really good for us. You got, I know I'm missing somebody else here, but it's a good mix. You got Chad Beckman, who's transferred in from Lindenwood, who we actually won 3 years ago, and he played juniors with Johnny Mio and John Madden and Nick Kenny. So there's a lot of chemistry there between those guys right away. So we're excited about what we got.
Let's talk about your schedule. Obviously exciting. NCHA will be as tough as it always is, but an exciting holiday trip to New York, and something we want to get out to the game folks at 7 o'clock start time change for folks. Games. So for home games. So.
All home games are at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'd say that the schedule is as tough as it's ever been.
Yeah.
There is no quote unquote easy night, starting with Lawrence. I mean, I think Lawrence is going to be a very, very tough opponent opening night. They could definitely play in our league, and Mike does a great job over there. And then you look at our first 4 NCHA games, 2 at Scholastica, 2 at home against Norbert's. Right. We're going to find out a lot about our team right away. And then you go out to Oswego, over the Christmas break, and they were a Final Four team last year. So our non-conference games, we play Hamlin, they're a top 10 team this past year. So it's going to be tough. We're going to find out a lot, and 10 of our first 15 are on the road. So that could work to our advantage, or it could be a tough start. We'll see, but we're hoping that it's going to work to our advantage.
Starting to get that feeling around campus, kids getting excited, and
a lot of excitement.
Very blessed with great support.
Yeah, we've led the West the last 2 years in attendance, and we're hoping to make it a 3rd year in a row. And we've got some great promotions this year. Some great promotions as far as having a whiteout cancer night for ministry.
Absolutely.
So we're going to have a cap night sponsored by ministry. So a lot of neat things that we're going to do to keep the fans coming in.
All right, Coach. Shaun, it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be.
Are you ready?
I am absolutely ready. It's going to be an awesome season.
7 o'clock starts, so make sure that everyone's getting there half hour earlier.
Absolutely. And don't forget our coverage on either B1049 or News Talk 1010 WSBT and online for those of you around the world. So it should be a good one. Hope to see you at Willett Arena.